Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have.
Pixie, she, her. You can find me at Chaos Pixie Magic everywhere on the internet. I am a variety streamer, a TTRPG designer, and a fantasy writer, currently blending all of those worlds at once by writing my TTRPG fantasy world based on my books on my streams. All of it. I've become the Venn diagram of myself. In the game, however, I am playing Agent Cosmo. She is a Starfallen agency consultant. The Starfallen is one of my personal homebrew races, and the consultant is from the Hellboy Core revised role-playing game by Mantic Games. For those of you who don't know, all of our players here are bringing third-party content to the table for this campaign, so they're going to be telling you a lot of fun things about where they got their shit. You get to see some interesting third-party 5e content. Next up is
Hi, everybody. I'm Jen Giggles. I can be found mainly on Instagram at Jen_Giggles. I'm also going. You can also find me live tomorrow on the Twitch here with the Transverse, as I'm the player. I'm a player programming director and GM for All on the Table, our RPG programming, and I am playing tonight Hilda, who is a Kitsune from the from Rogue Genius Games, and she is a excuse me, she is a Fiendbinder. The Fiendbinder class is from Shadeside Entertainment, and my pronouns she, her, same as my character, she, her.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Andrew. I don't do social media stuff, but I'm here to play D&D because I'm a grumpy old man. Sorry, I can see all of it. I today will be playing Porthos, the Rattling Warden, and standing in front of stuff and making sure that nobody dies, because that's our healing program here. We don't die. That's kind of what we're going for. And my pronouns are he and him, and so is Porthos.
I'm Eco, pronouns she, her. I can be found at EcoGeek on just about everything. I am playing River. She's also she, her. She is part of the Animist race as a red panda, and that is from the Ultramodern Redux by Deus Ex Machina, and I'm also playing the Magi class from the same book.
Fantastic. Well done, everyone. Do we have any special announcements that we need to go over?
If you are in the area of South Carolina, I'm going to be coming to you to Incredible Con in just 8 days here, 7 days here. Good God, in a week. I'm leaving in a week. Panic. I won't be here next Friday for this show because I'll be in South Carolina at Incredible Con. But keep an eye on our socials, by the way, because after we're done with that event, yes, we're pushing through and making a ton of new dice. We have new molds. We finally got our dice making back up and running this past week since the move. It has been a little chaotic here. But keep an eye on the socials because we are going to be redoing how our shop runs and how our sales run and stuff like that. Hopefully here very soon. So, and finally looking into opening up custom orders, which people have been asking for a really long time. So make sure that you're in the Discord and you're following along with all of that stuff. If you are interested in shiny dice and supporting small businesses, because we're doing both. That's it.
Fantastic. Anybody else for other things? Last chance. Cool. Sounds good to me. Well, if that is it, let's get into tonight's adventure here in Ultensia. It is the world without limits, bathed in aether, in a physical density of magic that is both tangible, breathable, and inundates every inch of this world. Our adventure takes place in the 10th city, 10 of 10, Decatopolis, or Decayopolis, which is a little more apt these days. Over the past year, an alien force formerly known as Baal Baperpin, a infectious shapeshifter that worms its way into the minds of other creatures and warps their body as it adds them to the Legion, has carved out more than a chunk of Decayopolis. It is what is now known as sort of the old city, right? Through the Aether Fields and through other incursions, these additions of additional land have kept the city up and running. But all the magical technology that was is definitely in this sort of quarantine zone. And over the past year, the corporations, the individuals, the maesters, the magisters, the brave and the bold have all attempted to sort of wrest control from this spreading death. And each effort has been met with minimal success to outright failure. You all, just the day prior, had heard the most recent special report on the quarantine zone, in which the powers that be had gathered together to offer a prize, the ultimate prize, the wish, a guaranteed, successful, uncorrupted, true wish, which for many here is just to go home or just to see their old lives once again. And for another subset, they have far more, well, nefarious desires. You all, as a group, have, for a variety of reasons, sort of ventured into this quarantine zone. You had picked up a couple of rumors. You guys were given brooches of shielding, not shielding, but magical artifacts that will absorb a devastating condition should you want it to. And in exchange for that, you agreed for Safarian to travel to a former magical shop deep in the underground that has a magical library, and you have been requested to return a particular, what was it? A tome, I think? Something. It was cool. You guys know what it is, even if I forget. The other rumor that you had heard was of a devastating creature topside that had been hunting border patrols with a massive greatsword, which at the crossguard sat a beating heart. You had traveled into the topside, wandered in for a few miles, come to a central square of a particular neighborhood where at the very heart of that square sat a tree of thorns, a black tree of thorns with white flowers blossoming off of it and falling to ash rapidly before your eyes. 10 swords stabbed into the trunk of this body, 7 that matched, and 3 that were in a variety of ways decomposed. You were set upon by a living artillery, a creature that had been infected, a man that had been infected with the baleful curse. And it became, as you sort of look over it, as the white grayish ichor that is the cells of Baal Baperpin pool out onto the floor, you see that this living artillery was more than just a person that had been infected. You begin to see that the actual cart that he had used as camouflage was not not camouflage the way a gecko would use, or not camouflage like the plumage of a bird or something along those lines. No, the cells of the baleful curse had warped and bonded to this poor man these inanimate objects that he might hunt others in this region. His flesh is sort of receding from the massive gun that had been bonded to his arm. And it is at this moment that you all see a large shadow cast over you as great bat demonish wings sort of spread out and block one of the nearby neon lights. You turn and cast your gaze upwards, and they're in an armor that is so well fitted. You pause to consider that it might just be his skin. A long, raven-haired, masculine entity with a great crown of horns. Its skin a dark ebony that shines with a sheen of glass. And just beneath the surface of that glass, you can see these bright red veins and near iridescent crimson blood coursing through this creature. You notice two hearts, one at the center of his massive blade, a broadsword that is near his height, and he stands, well, from this distance it's hard to tell, but easily in the 6 foot more range, but also within his chest you can see, as the blood sort of courses and spreads and returns, the beating of a heart. Where are each of you in relation to the walking artillery? You all had really surrounded it, and if
Way
I'm not
too
mistaken,
close at this moment. Way closer than I would like to be, given
Okay.
this.
As you guys sort of,
range.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the only person that wasn't in melee was River.
Mm-hmm.
She killed him though, so she's literally standing on his dead body.
Oh right, she did. Yeah, she went in for the killing blow. Come join the party. Oh fuck.
That's right.
I would say because we're standing there, Porthos had probably taken a few steps away, not too far away, but he's letting the rats kind of feed on the dead artillery. So
Okay. Do me a favor. Let's take this opportunity as you guys establish where you are, to describe your characters for the benefit of myself, each other, and those at home.
So Cosmo is she is a star made sentient, and it very much looks that way a lot of the time. Not so much right now with her long black floor-length coat on with the Dream Agency patch on the one shoulder. She has her gun and she hasn't resheathed her sword. She has sword and gun. She was gonna try to reload and then didn't have to because thanks, River. But she has short, sort of spiked out like Vi from Arcane hair, but it's black and purple. Her eyes glow the same purple and etherealness, and underneath her coat, her skin is covered in tattoos that glow from the inside and resemble constellation versions of mythical creatures. She's short. She's probably 5'4", 5'5", but all muscle, absolutely all muscle, and yeah, pointed ears, and I love her. That's it. That is all, Your Honor. Next.
Let the other two go first. I've got a check to make as part of this.
That's fair.
I'm gonna start where I'm at. I would have only walked away like maybe 5 feet away from where the body is, so I'm like within 5 to 10 feet of it. Can I place myself in between them and where he is currently standing? Whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you
That
can
would
do
be where he would prefer to like just be standing. Anyways, Porthos. He is a gray with kind of like a white and black brown mixture, ratty hair, no pun intended. However, his tail is very clean and pristine. You can see his little hood with his almost like a deep forest greens and darker silvers into his heavier armor. He carries a sword and shield. And I decided after our session last week that on the shield, I'd like, there's like almost like a rat clawed version of whiskers that come off of the actual shield that you can see that he probably did with his own claws, like whether it be from anxiety or just doing it out of fidgeting while he's at the bar.
River, I would say she probably would have gotten off the body for reference and is like 5 feet away from it.
Sure.
It's pretty nasty looking. It sounds like. But yeah, she's a little red panda. She has on like a black tank top with some white parachute pants, a chain belt. She got a like green sleeveless puffer coat and a staff that has a string hanging from it, as we now know is her crossbow. She is a gothic gal on the outside, but in reality is just a little sweetie on the inside, but she doesn't want people to act like she's weak. She has a pair of goggles on her head that she kind of uses as well. And yeah, she's just my little sweet little baby.
Your sleeves were on the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest's performance this year, because if your puffer coat's missing them, that's where they went.
Dang it, I knew they were gone.
So, anyway, Hilda is a Arctic fox in coloration. Right now, she is 6 feet tall. She doesn't look like she's wearing much anymore. She's covered in black lines around her fur. She has these charcoal black wings off of her back. And like the top of her head looks like there's a helm covering part of it that's in just the black fur, looking kind of like armor-ish, very similar to probably what the creature that we just saw looks like, where the armor is hard to tell if it's actually armor or the skin. The fur is blacked in a pattern of sorts. And for my check, thanks to my demonologist background, I can recognize fiends and demons and know what they are. And due to my class feature, I get advantage on checks to tell recall any information about them.
Okay. Yeah. Have you made a check for that?
Yes. My check comes out to, let's see, that's a +7. That's so 19.
19. Okay. Absolutely. So yes, he is a fiend. You know a couple of things. There are a number of fiendish and outsider, fiendish and celestial. We'll call them like neighborhoods, like boroughs, I guess. Two primary, and they are very, I'm going to say traditional in their presentation that they are exactly what you would expect them to be, right? This creature is a little off on the fringe, little off on the side. So it has hallmarks of like a fallen celestial sort of creature. But there is a distinct difference about the type of armor and the sword itself. There are, of course, sentient weapons in the. What did you roll? History or religion?
Religion.
Okay, so there are holy artifacts and blasphemous artifacts that are sentient weapons, armor, things of that nature, but they are metal or wood, as that whatever the case may be, right? They are more like a sword with a personality. They very rarely come in this sort of flesh, quasi living sort of state. There is a classification of fiend that you would call a or a celestial. It would be an outsider of an aberration. It would be what a great old one cultist might imagine a demon to look like. And they have a very particular name, but it escapes you at the moment. They sort of have their own subdivision. So you're that's as close as 19 gets you. It gets you in the ballpark, but it does not get you specifics. I will add one more thing, though. This particular creature is closer to traditional fiend than to like a Baron outsider. There are no tentacles. There are no extra eyes. There's no like beaks or suckers or all the weird outer god terror stuff, the hallmarks that sort of come with those creatures. There you go.
Okay. Well, it's definitely a fiend, so that's good.
You guys see it looks down at you for a moment. You are just out of combat. I know for some abilities it matters how long. So we're keeping it currently probably let's say 4 rounds, so 24 seconds since the last round of combat. It just seems to be staring at you guys. It hasn't really made any aggressive movements yet. What would you like to do?
I start walking forward slowly. I have
Okay.
my sword and board out, but I don't really have them up in an attack position.
Okay.
And I am just gauging. I just want to gauge, does he take it as a threat to move towards him? Does he act any different, or does he just stand there stalwart as I'm walking towards him?
Make an insight check.
That is an 11.
He's not doing a lot to hide his emotions or obscure his intent. He is very stoic, so he's a little difficult to read just in that regard. You notice he makes note of you moving. He doesn't. You follow his eyes. They see you start to move closer, and then he casts them back past you. So he doesn't stay focused on you as though you were a threat. He seems to be watching or looking for something else.
Do you
Is he
speak?
like look? Go ahead.
That was me asking. Do you speak?
What language?
Just in common.
Just in common. His eyes glance back to you, and then they glance back away.
He seems to be some. Sorry, lad. I think he's a some kind of blended fiend and and maybe an outsider. I'm not entirely sure. So that was in common. I'm going to switch to infernal. I'm going to switch to infernal. I speak abyssal, infernal. I'll switch to infernal to start.
Mhm.
What do you search for?
His eyes focus on you, Hilda, for a moment, and they don't really shift off of you, but they seem like they're staring, 1,000-yard staring, almost staring through you.
I don't let my eyes off of him.
Okay.
But I call back. I go, can any of you just turn around and see what he is looking at? Because
Yeah.
he's looking past me.
Okay. I'd like all of you to make perception checks. If you are turning around, you can make it with advantage. If you are not turning around, then it is either like auditory or smell. So whatever racial or abilities that might add to that, you can make those checks.
I'm going to pass on the check just so I can keep watch on him.
Cool.
I'll turn around.
Okay.
Me too.
And this was perception, you said?
Yes. Perception, please. If you roll low, you can use your passive perception as the floor of this skill check.
And can this be with smell as well, even if I am turning around?
Yeah, you have advantage either way. So yeah.
Well, I think I'm proficient if it's with smell, so I can add my proficiency bonus.
You should be proficient no matter what.
know.
So go ahead and add that.
Party bus.
He is a
It's gonna
giving
be
jib.
17.
Cosmo, Hilda.
18.
I didn't turn around. My passive is 12. That was better than
okay.
the roll.
Yeah. Okay. So really, it's the only two people that turned around that are actively looking. Yeah. You guys can both sort of turn, and your gaze is up initially because he's high. He's on like the roof of like a 2-story building. So he's about 20, 30 feet in the air. Standing there looking down, and initially you sort of scan high, and then your ears hear it. It sounds like a loose brick sort of rattling, and you look down at the ground, and all of the white ichor, all of the baleful corruption has soaked into the cobblestones of the floor, and they raise up in this sort of swirling tornado-like mass. I'd like all of you to roll for initiative, please.
Cosmo's gonna turn back around. Not to be that we've got company, guy. And she directs right at the flying thing. If you're here to help, now'd be a great fucking time.
It's a 7 for me.
Me too. I gotta see what my bonus is, but I rolled.
I'm gonna run for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Got an 8.
I got a 10 because +3.
Rolled a 5.
I rolled a 7. It was awful.
Okay. Who's above a 9?
I am.
You guys are up.
What were you, Hilda?
Oh, I was a 19 on the die.
You go first. I will go second.
Go for it.
We're probably past 1 minute since the first combat started.
Yeah.
I will say you are at the tail end of it. I'll give you 1 round with any abilities you activated.
I would prefer no rounds.
Okay, great.
I would prefer no rounds.
Then there you go. No rounds.
So Hilda flashes back to her regular form automatically as she dances away from the thing that just rose up behind her, because she was still standing right next to where all the ichor had soaked in. And then she activates her fiend form again, only this time
Do you disengage in any way?
No, I dance away from it and I focus on the thing that rose up behind me.
Okay, so it will have a opportunity attack because you were right next to the viral corruption, right? Yes. Okay.
Except this time I'm taking a I'm going to take cold as my primary instead of fire. So
Okay.
now my abilities do cold damage against it.
Sounds good. With the opportunity attack, it rolls a 21 to hit. Okay. The chips and bricks start sort of bludgeoning and whipping across you. And you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning slashing damage. And you, as it sort of pelts you like thick, heavy rain, you feel your skin begin to soak onto and into you. So continue.
Okay. Hilda dances back and does the shift, which is pretty much the entirety of her turn. She's not able to do anything else in this particular fight.
Okay. Sounds good. Cosmo.
Hate that. Can I see any kind of what's it called? The origin point of them raising up, where the heart, the head, the something would be in this brick ripple?
It looks like a tornado.
Great. Excellent.
It looks like somebody poured a quart of almond milk into a tornado and then tried to blend bricks into it.
That is a very specific visual. I appreciate you for that. I hate it. I don't know that we can fight this specifically, this cloud of whatever. She's gonna try to shoot it just in case and see if something happens. She's gonna try to knock a brick out of it.
Okay.
So let's roll. Because I have more weapon stuff in my revolver than I thought. Oh, that's not great. 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay. And as a bonus action, she's gonna do nothing. She's just gonna try to hit it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Take an offhand attack.
Oh,
with
there we go.
Bonus action. Sure.
Yeah. 23 to hit.
That does hit.
Yeah, with
Absolutely.
the rapier. It's shoot sword. She's dexterous. I like to think she's ambidextrous. Dex is one of her highest stats. So that's gonna be 1d8 plus 4 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of magical damage.
As your magical rapier sort of stabs into the whirling vortex of this, you can see the faint glow of the magic sort of spreads and forces the baleful, blasphemous corruption to take enough shape that it deals the full amount of damage. And you, as the blade sort of pierces into it, you hear from the distance. Well, from actually right there, from inside.
Oh, I hate that. Oh no, are we attacking an innocent somebody? Oh, fuck me.
That is it for Cosmo. It is now the corruption's turn.
It's the trauma's turn.
Mm-hmm. I would like Hilda, make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is this cold damage in any way?
No.
$19.
That is a success. You feel the baleful corruption start to try to seep into, but the ice around you forms a thin barrier-like sheen. It is going to whirl about and sort of Tasmanian devil over Cosmo, and it is going to roll a 19 to hit.
Obviously, yes.
Cosmo's
Okay.
within 5 feet of me.
Yes.
It's disadvantage, please.
Okay, absolutely. Disadvantage makes it a 15.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. So that is going to be a terrible roll of damage. That is 5 points of damage to Cosmo and 3 points of damage to Hilda. Use the same damage roll for both. That is it for the corruption's turn. I believe up next is Porthos.
Okay, just so I have my bearings right, we have big scary tornado that just screamed out whenever it got hit.
Yep.
And then we have big scary guy with big sword, right?
Yes.
Big scary guy it is. I'm gonna run at the big scary guy.
Okay, so he's up on the second story roof. So,
Okay, so
we're
he's
calling
up there.
Yeah.
That's
Is
a
there
gamble. Like, I was
It-
gambling that maybe he was here to help. You're gambling that he's the one controlling it. Let's go. Like,
if there's
one of us will be right.
is there this is like a building, right?
Yeah.
Is there a gutter?
Sure.
Can I go up the gutter, please?
Yeah.
That is a rattling ability. As long as my head can fit in it, the rest of me can get all the way through there, no problem.
Cool.
How big are the gutters in the city?
I'm
You're
just
4 feet tall. Like,
That's
As big as you want them to be.
God.
Sure.
Like, the city of Infant, they expand to fit him, actually. Like,
It'll
Oh, it's very
probably-
cartoony.
it would-
New York City's gutters are quite large, having recently been there.
How far up is he though? Because if I have to use my action to get up there, I will. I just want to not like cheap it out by just using.
It's 20 feet up.
20 feet
So I'm gonna say 30 feet total for you to get to the gutter and up the gutter.
Okay. I'm on him then.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna Warden's Mark him. So attacks once again that aren't me are gonna be disadvantaged for him. And then he also is going to see my little rats have followed me up this gutter as well, and he starts getting absolutely surrounded by them. So
Okay.
he's basically Bane. So any attacks that he makes or any saves or anything like that, all rolls basically he makes, I believe. Let me make sure that it's all rolls are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yes. It's attack rolls or ability checks, so not saves.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make my 2 swings. That is a 18 to hit.
18 does hit. 18 is the armor class.
And that it's not going to hit, so the second one misses. That is 6 points of slashing damage on him.
Okay.
And I'm good.
Sounds good. As the rats start crawling over him, your blade cuts in. He sort of raises up his forearm, which is just a little thicker. And as your blade cuts across it, it does deal damage, but you can hear it's the sound your sword makes when it hits, like a shield. You can feel that sort of thud to it. All right, River.
River is going to cast magic armor on herself.
You didn't cast it before the last session? Oh, okay. Well, good luck.
Good luck, Charlie. Have fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna cast that now. I didn't want to waste it. I probably should have just did it.
Sure.
So yeah, magic
You know,
armor.
she didn't die last time. It's fine.
You know, she didn't get hit last time. I think it was a fair enough point to make. So can I do an insight check on that tornado to maybe try to understand what it is?
Sure. Insight isn't really gonna tell you what it is.
I don't know what I would need to make for that. 'Cause I just want to see like if that should be what I'm aiming for, or if
I will. We can forego the insight check. That is the matter of Baal Baprabin. That is what it is when he infects people.
Like, we've lived here long enough to know that,
Yes.
like, and
Yeah.
heard the stories.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
freaked out because of the cry of pain. I was like, oh god, what if? But yeah, we still have to kill it.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was implying like something else might be going on with
I
it
had
or
the
not.
same thought, exact same thought, but it's helpful to know that because we would have heard stories of exactly what happens, and like we've, you know.
It is baleful for a reason.
Fair. Okay. She does not have much for bonus actions aside from claw attacks, and I don't think I can do that and make a spell. So that's done.
Okay, sounds good. Our massive fiend, inundated with rats, does not like it. sort of trying to like toss these things off of him. He leaves the sword where it is, and just sort of dips his shoulder and is gonna charge you, and then try to backhand you, Porthos. So those are going to be his 2 melee attacks.
Go for it.
The first one is a 24.
That definitely hits.
The second one is a 16.
That does not hit.
Okay. So as he drops his shoulder and dives into you, it is going to be... Make me a strength saving throw.
Not good. That is a 10.
Okay. So he throws you backwards. You can... I'll give you a choice. He can either knock you off the edge, and you can make a dex save to catch or fall, right? Or he knocks you prone and has advantage on that second attack.
I'll give you advantage on the second attack. That's fine.
Okay.
What was
Sounds
the damage for the first one, or was that just a pushback?
Damage was 12. Yep. And a 15 plus 5 for the 20. So that is going to hit. And then 8 points of damage on the second one.
Whenever that second hit comes in, you see like this, like armada of rats are now coming out of my armor, and all strikes against me now are going to be half damage because I'm under half of my HP.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love that. That's a fucking great.
As you hit half, we're gonna. This is our first injury.
Yes.
Roll me a... I'll let you roll for this one. Roll me a D10.
4.
4. Okay. As the fist comes down, it hits the center of your armor chest, and then the knuckles slide up into your rat throat, and you start to gasp for air. You have a bruised windpipe. You cannot speak above a whisper until you take a long rest.
Groovy.
Okay.
Groovy.
We are back to the top. Hilda.
Hilda is going to do 2 actions because she's still technically out of melee range. So she's going to activate her crystal again.
Okay.
To produce a flame around her. Any touch attacks of any ranged or not, touch attacks, they take 2d6 damage if they don't succeed at a dex save.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then she's going to cast let's see. Which one is it? Just a second. Yeah, she's going to cast Firebolt at it.
Okay.
As a cantrip, since she's right next, since she's still a little ways away, she's just going to cast Firebolt instead of stepping up.
Okay.
And DC is 15, and I have to make it's just an attack, so okay.
Yeah, it's an attack roll. I was like, you have a very fancy firebolt from a different place than I know.
Third party, man. Like,
I know, that's why I was gonna go with it. You were like, all right, firebolt has a DC saving throw. I was like, sure. Let's hear it. I'm excited to see what this does.
Not a level spell, just the normal cantrip. But that is a 24.
24 does hit.
And that is a total of... That was not very much. It's only 5 damage on 2d10.
Okay. It is resistant to fire, just kind of given its nature. So the flames sort of grab up into the whirling tornado. You see them kind of dissipate, but you do again hear a little fainter sort of scream of pain. Cosmo.
Please refresh my memory. Is using an item, an action, or bonus action here?
Depends on the item.
Holy water.
Action.
Action. Great. This'll be fun. I'm gonna throw my holy water like a fucking grenade into the heart of the tornado.
Okay.
She's gonna open the cask and lob it, and just So here's what holy water does. I have the description and everything already here.
Great. From the
book, from BPRD.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's hear it.
Against some creatures, the sanctified water causes their supernatural abilities to short circuit. In others, it physically burns as if it were acid. Sometimes it just causes them to be slightly wet and rather annoyed. If the creature has a bane associated with radiant damage, the creature suffers 9 or 2d8 radiant damage from each splash, spill, or pour of holy water. The target can make a DC 11 dexterity saving throw against the water if it is more than 5 feet away. Oh, it is not more than 5 feet away. I'm right here. So they can't make a dex save. I could just... I don't know how many... I don't know how many splashes I have. It said per splash or spill or pour, and I just yeeted it, so that feels like maybe a mistake. I don't know how many splashes worth are in it. It didn't tell me.
Roll a d6.
Great. 5.
So 5 plus 1. So you have 6.
So I have 6. I have 6 uses of it, so probably won't grenade and try to use all 6 now in case they fail. I will splash.
Okay. Yeah.
I will splash and see if it does anything.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll the 2d8.
Cool. And yeah, since I'm right there, it doesn't get to make the dex save. That is good to know. That's good. That's good to know. 1, 6, and 2, so 8 radiant damage. And we'll see if it short circuits them, which is why I was trying it.
It does not short circuit them.
Okay, but does it damage?
It does not. It does do it does the damage. Yeah, you see as the holy water is kicked up into the tornado, where the baleful particles have gathered. you see these little, almost like small, like flash cubes, kind of
Great. Excellent.
Um,
Fantastic.
popping off inside of there. You said that was 8 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And I'm assuming that would count as an item use then, and not an attack, with like because.
So
for the purposes of action, bonus action.
certain items, to use them, you make an attack roll.
Okay. Well, since I did with this one technically, or no, I didn't make an attack roll. I just rolled damage. Never mind.
Right. So
no,
there you
it was
go.
just an action. Because
Cool.
yeah, like the prayer beads, it says I expend an action. This it says nothing, so I wasn't
Right.
sure. I'll double check the handbook about if there's a special thing with equipment, because it's a level 0. So I think their levels are how they determine those things. So I wasn't sure if it might accidentally be not an action. But I'm good
Okay.
with it being an action. In which case,
Yeah,
I have
for today.
nothing else to do. Yeah, no, that's a note to check later. I haven't used it out in a while. Fuck, shit. And then I'm going to do nothing. Also, creatures affected by holy water cannot regain HP until the end of their next turn. Might not
So
affect them, but like.
it does not affect this because it doesn't have a bane against holy water, but it is not resistant to it. That's why I let it damage it. So
Got it.
there you go. Yeah, you see the tornado sort of flickering and kind of losing shape. After it is, Cosmo, it's gonna run over you.
Feels right.
So that is another attack roll, 18 plus.
Yeah, it hits.
So that's gonna hit. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck me. 15.
15 is what you needed.
Yes.
So that is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning slashing damage, and you are not infected.
Yay. Good. I would like to take this moment to remind everyone that we have amulets with our tiny selves trapped inside them. Thank you so much. Please fucking use them. We don't have a cleric. Like.
Okay. Over to Porthos.
Oh man, Porthos is a little miffed right now still. Alright. I have like two things in my head that I can do here. One of them involves me probably dying in the process of it.
Well, not dying. Remember, you'll get injured if it's that dangerous, but
Yeah.
you can keep going.
I'm at 8 HP is the problem. So
Oh, the squish rat. Oh my god.
Well, I was half damaged from the first fight with the big guy.
Fuck.
I
Right.
was the one that took all the damage. So,
Yeah.
and I never got healed in the process.
We didn't buy none of us bought healing potions
Not a
when we
single
were
one
at the
of us bought
fucking
healing
shop
potions.
because we didn't think about it, because when was the last time any of us ventured in other games without a dedicated healing class around?
First of all, I am a dedicated
Incorrect.
healing class, and I feel very attacked right now.
I genuinely forgot. I don't know what your thing can, what your class can do. Genuinely did not know. Like,
I did buy a healing potion.
Oh,
Just
okay.
one for myself.
okay. I'm sorry, I don't know what you can do yet. I'm sorry.
Is there any way for me to know if River's healing abilities can be done at range or they have to be touched?
I will say you would know. You guys are familiar enough with each other.
Okay. River,
Um,
are all of your healing spells touch or are they ranged?
They are touch, except for one, which, if everyone's low enough, I'm probably going to use it anyway. But if not, I'm only touch.
His turn is right after mine. That's the problem.
River is in between you.
You're up on the roof now?
No.
On the
Turn
ground.
one.
Her turn.
Oh, her turn is on the. Okay. I was gonna go with the reckless one anyways. I'm not running away. So,
Okay.
let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna make my 2 strikes at this point, and you just hear like the softest, like, "You son of a bitch, I would kill you." real subtly, just because my throat's crushed. It doesn't feel.
You are you standing up, or are you attacking from prone?
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
want to do
standing up.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, I
As
wanna
you stand up and you say that, you think you see him. He doesn't have ears and he doesn't have like a nose. So like, but under his like horns, that sort of sweep back, you think you see him kind of like turn his head to try to hear what the hell you were
I'm stabbing
saying.
right towards that now. You gave me a target. That's where we're going. All right, let's see. That is a 21 to hit.
That does hit, absolutely.
The second strike is a 18.
Both hit.
Math. 22 points of slashing damage.
Ooh. 22 points. Nicely done.
Quick question for the GM.
Sure.
I know we're not aware, like, in game, but for the Altensian cycles, how close is it to nightfall right now?
Let me ask you, when would you have set out in the morning? At noon?
We met at
Or-
High Neon.
And then
remember?
you went shopping,
And then we went shopping,
and then you set out.
and then we set out.
So you're probably how late do you want it to be?
I simply would like to roll my d4 to see if I shift phases, which
Okay.
happens at nightfall. So
Go ahead.
okay. So if it's been 24 hours since the last time I rolled, or whatever the fucking Altensian day is.
Mhm.
Cycle. Okay, 3. Yes! Ha! Sorry. I'm currently in Sparkle. Being around you in this phase makes people believe their wishes can come true. Your team is blessed by your presence and each have 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. So at level, I'm a level 5 right now. We're all level 5, so that would be still a D6, I believe.
pretty
So
sure.
each of you has 1 fucking D6. Okay, 1 while I'm in this phase. For the whole day, but you know, if you need to use it now. That's why I was like, oh shit, I should check. Just in case that becomes important.
I would say for that ability, you need to be in line of sight.
Yeah, they can't just fuck off and be in another group, but like,
Right.
yes, being around, so like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, within line of sight.
Great,
That
amazing,
is
fantastic.
no action required to give it. But
Yeah, yeah, cool. So she shifts and the different parts of her begin to glow and you suddenly all feel a, oh, I can do this kind of vibe. That's it.
Porthos, was there anything else?
I just want to make sure I'm within sightline of River at this point, like everybody on the roof.
Yeah, when you stand up, you can see the roof has a low edge, even for your short self. When you're prone, probably can't see you, but standing up, she can.
That's it.
River.
Yep.
Would I be able to get up to him to at least like grab his ankle or something to be able to heal him? I have a climbing speed, so I could scale a building.
What's your climb
In
speed?
theory, 25 feet. Could I jump up and then scurry up?
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
On board.
She runs away. She flees. I imagine she's probably gonna get an attack of opportunity from the tornado though, because she was right next to
Yes.
him.
Yep. Thank you.
This tornado just flinging cursed bricks at all of us as we try to leave.
Yeah. That is a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay.
Magic armor, baby.
Thank you
Okay.
for casting that.
Otherwise, it would have whacked me in the face. So River's gonna like look to both of you and be like, "I hope you're okay. I'm gonna go help him." And I run and just do a standard red panda leap onto the building and just scurry up really fast.
Okay.
And I simply reach up and grab Porthos's leg as quickly as I can.
Oh, that's it.
And gonna cast a restore on him,
Okay.
which is equal to 7d8 plus my vigor.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Okay, I take everything I said back. I'm sorry I said anything about healers. Yes, Jen.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
trying my best.
I'm a new man.
7?
7? I know.
I can double check the spell. I'm pretty sure.
No,
I-
it's
I
fine.
typed in
7's fine.
That is-
It's just
It is.
amazing.
It's correct.
Holy
7d8.
shit.
Yep.
Stressed me out because I was like,
That's-
No.
doing wrong.
No, no,
That's
no.
more
I'm
die than we have. Holy
I'm
crap.
never, I'm
No
never
one
here-
gonna
adventure.
hear
Hey,
words
this is
again.
to all the rest of adventurers in Altensia. Never go anywhere without River. Like,
here is the thing. River, how many points does that cost you?
It costs me 9.
And that's about a third
that's why.
of
Got it.
her
Cool. Interesting.
her
Worth
points. Like it
Okay.
is a huge heal.
Yeah,
Don't
good
get me
job.
wrong. It's a lot. It's fantastic.
it. It balances
but-
out with the cost, though. Well done. Which
She-
class is this again?
That is the Magi class
Yeah.
in the. So it's not with the classes in Ultramodern Redux. It actually has its own chapter
Okay.
for their own magic system,
That's why,
which
because we
is
usually didn't use it, and when we did Ultramodern, none of us had magic. So, like, that's
Right.
why it's new to me.
Yep.
I now see why we would have been broken in Lamplighters if we'd been like, ah, yes, we're all mages. Fuck everything in London. Like,
33?
33 points of healing.
Yeah, I think so. 4, 8.
I say again, none of us are ever going anywhere without River. We could be ready to adventure, ready to leave. She just sat back down at the bar. The next group was like, no, come. Like,
No, you're coming with me.
snacks. We have snacks. Let's go.
Yes.
Like,
That number I told you, that is what it is. I
I'm
triple
not
checked.
full health, but I'm pretty close at this point.
You're not dead.
I like look down and I'm like, they give me a more. And like you see, like it's like that reinvigorated. Now I'm pissed off.
yep.
I just give you a big toothy grin. I'm like, go get him. And then I haven't talked about, I can regenerate, and I haven't been using my free actions and bonus actions to regenerate.
Yep.
I can just start doing that now instead
Yep.
of using, because I totally forgot about it until now.
sounds good.
Thank you. That's all she can do.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh,
I'm
you
back,
say like that wasn't the most effective fucking turn.
I'm alive.
back over to our demonic swordsman. He watches sort of the life spread back into you, and even though he doesn't have a nose, he definitely has like little nostril slits. Like he kind of, you see him sort of smell something, and Porthos, he is going to shoulder check you again. This time with the express purpose of throwing you off of this roof.
Okay.
So
This
that
time I'm
is
gonna remember to roll the d4 and minus it from that roll.
sounds good. So that is an 18, a 23.
That hits.
Okay. Strength saving throw, please.
You can say no to this, but since I'm holding his ankle, can he make that with advantage?
I
Not
got
for
25.
this.
I got
I'll
a
let-
25.
Okay, then yeah, you're fine. You stay up. But you are going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you see him cast his eyes over to Hilda. Hilda, I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Don't forget, you all have bardic inspiration.
It's not gonna help.
That is rough.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay. Since you failed by more than 5, you actually failed by 10. You guys watch as out of the floor there's sort of this scatter of infernal flame and fire that spreads out around Hilda, and one chain leaps up and sort of begins to twist around her body, and then a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth. When they are done in a second, she is completely encapsulated in the chains. You cannot see her. So,
Is this qualify as a touch attack?
it's a spell effect, so they don't make an attack roll. So,
Because anybody that touches me or comes within like 5 feet of me has to make a saving throw DC 15 on their dexterity, or they take 2d6 fire damage.
okay, so I will have the fire damage go to the tornado. That's fine, but this is not living matter. This is a spell. So, roll that damage for the tornado before I move on and forget.
Can I get
Maxed out at 12.
12, nice. Okay.
Can I get a look on the guy? How did those attacks that I just make do anything to him?
You are damaging him. Yes, he is resistant to non-magical attacks, but he is taking damage.
Just making sure he's actually taking damage. I didn't want to be
Yes.
swinging on a Titan that's not gonna
No,
die
no.
today.
No, he is 100% taking damage. Okay, back to the top. Hilda, I'm gonna say the damage that you just rolled, the 12, that's gonna happen on your turn, because we missed it last time. And
It's supposed to occur on my turn, so
Okay.
when I activated it last time, it wouldn't have triggered on them yet. So
awesome. Well then we did it right. Go us. So yeah, the 12 points of damage actually burns the tornado enough that it drops. I do, however, need Cosmo to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. At least this one I can add anything to. The fucking con is just +0, so I had to get lucky. Ooh! 15!
Okay. 15. So that is going to be 6 points of damage as the debris of the tornado explodes outward. You move enough that the shrapnel sort of hits you, but you don't get any of the ichor on you. And as you watch it, after it's been sort of exploded, you're very cautious about, is it going to like reform? And it doesn't. It very much lays inert and then begins to like sizzle bubble and turn into gas and just sort of float up into the air and very quickly dissipate. It is not a it doesn't seem to be effective in its gaseous form.
And again, a thing we would probably know. If it was effective in
Yes.
its gaseous form, he would have just scarecrowed all Tensia and just gone. Like, that would have been, we all would have been done already. Like, if it could be a gas, he would have dealt with that. Like,
Absolutely.
So.
Hilda, you are what is it? Restrained. It is a strength or acrobatics or athletics check to escape.
okay,
You can do it. Hold on, my bad.
Let's try it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You got this. Do it.
18.
18 is enough. Yeah, you sort of stretch one hand out through the chains and sort of dig your way out of them, and end up casting them off. The fire of those hells recedes, and it diminishes back in. But as you do, you notice that while the tornado's gone, the infection that was on you is still there. That is it for Hilda, I believe, unless you have a bonus action. Okay. Cosmo.
Seeing that Hilda is out of it, because I was going to try to, she just looks good. Like,
As you look at her, you can see the milky white bale bit that remains trying to like worm its way into her mouth, into her eyes, into her ears, sort of anywhere that it can. Now the ice form that she has, that frozen energy that's burning and lighting a flame, is currently keeping her safe, but that seems to be a persistent infection that you guys are going to have to remove.
yeah, I have nothing I can do with that. So,
You might be able, you can grab it and try to pull it off.
oh, then never mind. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna,
sort of like silly putty.
Oh, then I'm gonna grab it and try to pull it off. Okay, cool. I will 100% do that.
It's like,
Or maybe just, pour some holy water on it?
I was because it didn't affect the tornado, so I didn't think it would affect the actual infection. Yeah.
So yeah, because this is I'll let you guys roll a medical check or a arcana check
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
But right now, it didn't die with a
Yeah,
tornado.
That's why.
But you might be able to grab it and pull it off.
Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't immediately go to hey splash is because it did nothing it did not kill the tornado thing, so I don't want to risk it. And I'm going to attempt to come grab.
Okay.
Sorry to get in your personal space so much. Like.
Yeah. It is a strength check.
Good. All right. Cool. Yes. 19.
Okay. As you reach out your hand, you reach up towards Hilda's neck. And you think for a moment that you're going to have a hard time, sort of, that this is going to worm around and you're going to have to like catch it off of her, right? That's not the case. As soon as you touch her skin, and you are going, Hilda, do you get a choice about whether people that touch you? Okay.
It's fine.
So you are going to
It's
take
fine.
some fire damage.
Roll a dex save,
Got it.
DC 15.
18 without my modifier.
So you take 2 damage because that's half of what I rolled this time.
Great, amazing.
There you go.
Done. Worth it.
As you touch and the flame sort of creeps up your hand, off of her body, it stretches and is eager to touch you as well. It's almost as though her neck sort of has this boil, this growth that peels up off of it and kind of leaps into Cosmo's hand. As you make the strength check, you see it elasticizing and pulling her skin, and then finally, like a leech, sort of off of, and you chuck it. And as soon as it leaves your hand, it dissipates.
And she's just gonna grab. You okay?
Okay.
End of my turn, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Done. Worth it. Fucking yes. Good. Good. Yes. Good. Thank you.
Porthos.
Can you both fly right now? Is that a thing?
I can carry her if she can't.
Yeah, I can't fly.
Spinning tornado of death is on the ground, right?
Spinning tornado of
gone.
death dissipated. It's fine.
Oh, it's gone now. Okay.
Also, yes, it was very cruel of me to give.
Was
the
there a
Starfall
human
no
body
ability
left
to fly.
behind?
Like.
Was there a human body left behind?
So the body that remains of the living artillery is down there, but that's sort of all broken up back into what
Okay.
it was.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a person spinning in that vortex somewhere and they
Nope.
just got launched whenever it dissipated.
No.
That's really what I was looking for. I was like, goodbye.
Moo.
Yeah, exactly. Exit stage left. Goodbye.
Yeah.
My name's Bill Paxton. What you're looking at right now. All right. So, just mano y mano. I would like to. I'm gonna assume everybody's gonna rush up here at this point. So I'm gonna turn him to where I am going to keep his attention on me and move him through himself. Like I'm gonna share space with him for a brief moment and
Okay.
go Polly so that his back is facing where they're gonna start coming up at.
Okay.
Just so that they can get some effects. As I'm moving, the last whisper River is gonna hear coming out of my poor throat is gonna be hit him with magic. It's just the most subtle, like, hit him with magic, please. Like, and as I rush through his legs, I want to carve underneath, like, right in the groin area with the sword as my first strike, and then aim for an Achilles with my second one as I'm moving.
All right. Sounds good. Go for it.
Uh, 19 and 20.
Both hit.
Six, 3. Oh, sorry, math.
Happens.
Yeah, every time. 9 plus 8, 17.
Ooh. Nice. And then I do math. And then
We all do math.
we all do math together. The first strike
It's a cult.
into the first strike into the groin is very sort of armored Ken doll. It deals damage, but as you spin and cut at the Achilles, you do find a purchase. We're going to inflict a wound on it. It is going to have its walking speed reduced by 10. It can still fly because it has wings. But
At wings. That's still fair. That's fine.
yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. River.
Just want you to know, just as a last thing, Porthos is excessively happy to see blood come out of him finally. Like, the little ones
Yeah.
have been nicks, but Porthos is like, oh, I know that hurt.
Hmm.
Okay. So, I have one question.
Okay.
We are treating root spells like cantrips?
Yes.
Okay. So I could, in theory, cast Radiant Strike, but then also still use my weapon on him? If I'm remembering rules correctly?
How much? What is the action required?
It's a bonus action.
Then yes. Then yeah.
I will do that.
Okay. Sounds good.
I doubt I can use a crossbow at this distance.
You're kind of hanging off the ledge.
I mean, I can climb up onto the roof.
Okay.
Like, it's right here. Like,
I mean,
I plan to
So
do that,
so
but-
you're gonna be in melee with him.
Okay, so claw attack it is. Okay, but I will cast my Radiant Strike, so if I hit, it does an extra d6.
Yeah. That doesn't cost any points, does it?
It costs 3.
Okay. Then it's not like a cantrip the way I thought it was. Some of
Oh.
them don't cost, but there you go.
Okay. It does do 2d6 against a fiend,
Great.
so just for reference. Okay, I'm gonna roll,
Does
see
count.
if I hit. I talk all this crap, and then I'm not even gonna hit. All right. Nat 20.
Yay!
We're out
Yeah.
here.
I told you the rat gods would smile upon you this day, and you didn't believe me.
Porthos for
There
me.
he is.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what, 2d6?
Yes.
And then do I add, I know I do the 2d6 for then radiant damage. Do I double that as well?
Yep. All dice get doubled.
Yes. Where's my, I have lost my entire bowl of dice. Okay. It's right here. I got it. I was like, how did I do that? So, brains. So 2, 4, so I need 6. Okay. And can I say I'm like aiming for like an arm or something to try to make it so he can't swing his sword?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's River's goal right now.
Okay.
Shit. Wow, that's shit. 12.
Okay. 12 total.
That's 12 total. I rolled a lot of 2s.
Okay. Just making sure.
I cry over on this side.
Okay.
Does
Yeah,
it
your
add a
claw.
modifier or no?
I don't think I get a modifier on my claws.
Because it's considered a melee attack, is it not?
Yeah.
That's a genuine question.
Yeah,
Oh
You
yeah,
do have a
do I
strength
add
bonus?
something?
your strength or dexterity modifier, whichever one you use to make the attack with.
I don't know what its claw attack uses.
The claw attack gives you the option.
Oh,
Yeah.
can
so
I?
whichever,
I wanted
whichever
like to
one's
choose
better.
X.
There you go. Ultramodern is very much a what are you good at? That's what you hit with.
Yeah.
Let's get past that. Like that's very much
Fair
a
enough.
style.
Okay, then that's 15.
Okay, 15 points of damage. Sounds good. Yeah, your claw inundated with this radiant energy tears into his arm. The 22. Doo-ba-doo. Not enough for him to pick up a second injury, but he lets out sort of this wail of pain as the radiant energy burns into him. You see his other hand tighten the grip on the sword, and he flaps his wings, sort of raising up not an amount really, but gets his feet off of the roof, and he lifts the sword and sort of inverts it and then drives it down into the roof.
Does he leave 5 feet away from me?
Nope.
No, so he's still in attack range. Okay, just making sure.
Yep, he is still.
You're being very careful about it. I was making sure still.
I appreciate that.
I got that itchy trigger finger, you know. I'm like, oh, hit him.
I know. Okay. So he stabs the roof, and you watch the blade sort of crush down into it. And once it's stabbed in there, you watch the heart pulse. Boom. And the wave of energy spreads out from the roof, and all of these cracks like shattered glass appear, and then it falls. I need Porthos and River to make dexterity saving throws.
Can I just say while they're rolling those, I'm very much enjoying the flavor of these two fights. It's been weirdly enjoyable. Like I'm really enjoying everything that's happening. It's very dynamic.
It was a 13, but that's gonna fail. I rolled an 18 with the inspiration.
Yes, DC is 15.
Okay, so yes, the inspiration gets added in there.
I also used my inspiration and just got 15.
Nice. There you go.
I was so
Okay.
happy when you said that. I was like, I live.
So you guys are gonna land on your feet. You're gonna take half of the 2d6 for falling 20-ish feet, which is going to be 4 points of fall damage, bludgeoning damage if it matters.
Give me another injury, daddy.
Okay. Roll another d6.
4.
4. Thank you, 4. Thank you for realizing I wasn't looking at that part of the screen.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, he was looking at the list there.
Looking up injuries.
Heck yeah.
Yes. So injury.
It's like Pokemon.
This
gotta
is my
catch 'em all.
second one. Does that give me a major one, or is it 3 strikes and you're out?
So there are actually 5 levels. There's a setback, dangerous, handicap, and then deadly.
I remember. I was just trying to remember. It was like.
And then
once you got
lethal.
2. Yeah, once you got 2, you move to the next one.
Yeah.
So the next time I get injured is when I get the next step up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you But with the 4, it since you already have the bruised windpipe, it's just going to go to the next highest. You're going to take a -1 to your attack rolls, ability, saving throws, and armor class. And
Did he make an attack roll on the roof, or this was an ability that he had? Was it like a shatter spell?
an attack roll, actually.
Okay. I was just curious. The D4 thing is still in application there.
Okay, roll the D4.
But
I-
I think we're too far ahead, and I forgot about asking like way back then, so I'm not.
He's attacking an inanimate object. Like he's pretty much guaranteed to hit.
I
so,
figured, you know.
But thank you for remembering that. Till they end a turn. I'm just gonna So you're taking a -1 to D20 rolls in armor class. Cool.
That's good.
Cool. He meanwhile is flapping his wings and sort of floating there, and now being more than 5 feet from Porthos, is going to start to fly up. He has the sword out. He's kind of holding it like a shield at this point, using it to sort of cover his body. As he floats up, are you guys going to try to chase him? Or...
Yes, some of us, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, we're taking him out.
One of us can
Okay.
fly. I can shoot at range. You can take. And she says, "Gonna take
You can shoot at range.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. We got. I don't know what you're. Again, I don't know what you're. I'm just speaking for myself because I don't know what you can do. At least one of us can shoot at range. 2 of us are
Okay.
barely good.
Sounds good.
Possibly
Cosmo, you're
3.
up.
Yeah. All right.
Or Hilda. Hilda's
Hilda.
up
Yeah, it's
first.
Hilda first.
Okay.
Okay, Cosmo, roll your dexterity saving throw,
Yeah,
please.
gotcha.
Cody, he
Ooh.
can't. He can't move away.
He can't move away from you.
Warden's grasp doesn't let him move away.
Okay. Then he is where he is.
Okay.
Because I was forcibly moved away from where I was standing.
Right.
Meaning, if I would have had my turn and like moved out of his range, like moved away from him in that square box,
Mm-hmm.
he would have been able to move after that.
Mm-hmm.
But because I started my I'm at my turn and like I was there with him in his 5-foot radius. He basically can't leave my hitbox. So
Got it.
just for this round, now that I'm gone and when I start my turn, he can move again and he can be like,
Right
"Oh,
now."
no, thank you."
Okay.
Well,
Sounds good.
still, let's go. Like,
right.
just in case you still need my dex check, it was a 17, but if not, then that's fine.
You take
All
1
right.
point of damage because I rolled 3.
Great. Done.
All right. Then, because I'm right next to her, I'm just going to grab her.
Okay.
Grab her arm that is not holding the gun
Yep.
or the bottle of holy water.
I'm
and I'm
assuming
going
I'm assuming that after I could have taken the rest of my turn because I only did the one action to pull that thing off to just sort of sort things
Sure.
to pocket
I'm-
the holy water.
Sure.
I'm going to grab her hand and I'm going to fly
Okay.
because I can. I have a fly speed of 30.
Okay.
Even carrying someone because that +3 strength will let you do that. I don't have to worry about her weight.
Okay. There you go.
I make a mental note to give to get all of us harnesses commissioned from the Dream Agency so that she can just grab us from the back without like from here on out. Eventually, I'll get those made for everyone with my like agency. Everyone have your battle harness.
And I am going to fly
Mm-hmm.
up and get within splash range of this thing. So I'll be 5 feet from it.
Okay.
As long as I can
Sure.
make that 30 feet, sure.
Yep.
As a bonus action, I'm going to try and make it frightened of me.
Okay.
So that is a wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
You got it. Let me get back over here. Wisdom saving throw. Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter because it's immune to frightened.
I was afraid of that, but it was a chance.
It
And
was,
a bonus
yeah,
action.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Worth doing. Go for it. But
So-
yeah,
I love the song.
thank you.
So I am now within 5 feet of it, so it needs to roll a reflex saving throw DC 15.
Okay. That is a 14 plus 1 for a 15.
At that, it takes half damage.
Minus 4.
Minus 4.
Minus
Okay.
the D4.
So,
Okay, so it takes full damage at 7.
and what type of damage is that?
Fire.
Fire. Resistant to fire. Reduced to 4.
Yep.
We round up in this house.
And then I, because I have a hand free and I've only used one of my actions to move,
Sure.
I stab it.
Okay, go for it.
$21. It takes 3 regular damage and 4 cold damage.
Okay.
Wait, I'm
Um,
sorry. That's 6 regular damage and 4 cold damage.
Okay. Is the regular slashing or piercing damage magical?
Yes, it's piercing magical.
Great. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
And that leaves Cosmo right next to it to splash it with some holy water.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I can try. Well, I said I pocketed the whole. Did you drop me? Or am I still in midair? Okay.
No, because we're 30 feet in the 20, 30 feet in the air.
Got it. I'm for. How's he looking?
Bloodied?
I'm first just gonna try to shoot him.
Oh.
And then what?
Well, I'm reading new monster stats. I
Okay.
don't always understand what I'm reading.
Got it.
I will say-
question mark.
I will say he has taken injuries. Is he looking bad? No.
Oh,
But he is taking injuries.
Okay. Well then yeah, I'm gonna try the holy water thing.
Okay.
I will pull it out with the. I'm just. I like to say I put it away so I could draw my sword, but I'll just take it back out again. And just.
Okay.
With my uncork it with my mouth because I'm still holding the gun and I cannot action economy wise just put everything back and get him out because that's ridiculous. And sploosh, like.
Okay.
Makes
Be
note.
healed, my
to-
child.
I'm making a mental note to find a way to develop a holy water bullets like Hellboy
Okay.
had because I have 7 shots in this revolver. I have 6 uses of the holy water. I'm sure I can figure out a way to make that fucking work.
What is the
Um,
deck save on the holy water?
I'm grabbing that right now. It is. If he's more than 5 feet away from me, DC 11.
I'm gonna rule that he is because you're being held
Dangled.
aloft.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So, so go ahead and roll the d4 to subtract from this. Is Porthos?
Say that again. Yes. A D4 on ability checks or attacks.
It's a saving throw, but
If it's a saving throw, then no, it doesn't get a negative D4.
okay. So he has a 16. So
Okay, so
he
he'll
saved.
take half damage, but
Great.
we will see if he is affected by this at all because fiend.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's
Yep.
yeah. That is 7 radiant damage.
Yep. It seems to work perfectly normal on him.
Okay, good, excellent, fantastic, excellent.
Okay.
So me just being dangled, gun in one hand, holy water in the other, just please don't drop me. Like that's it. Hard to
Okay.
look intimidating, but somehow she still does.
Sounds
We
good.
call this the
Porthos.
shooting star.
How?
Boo.
They said 30 feet. Is he actually up 30 feet, or was the second floor of this place like only like 10 feet
I said-
below that?
We've been saying 20 feet.
Okay, so it's 20 feet up.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
a
just
big roof.
Pixie's roughly around 20 and I'm roughly 25. We're somewhere floating in that space.
Oh, okay, but how far away is he from me where I'm standing on this ground level?
20 feet.
20 feet.
Yep. I'm not dealing with Pythagoras. It's nice and simple.
Okay.
He was within 5. He forced you to go 20 feet away.
Okay.
20 feet.
Is there a way for me to get back up there? Like, can I make an athletics check to climb my way up and launch myself at him?
So the roof collapsed. This roof.
Yes.
There is another nearby roof that goes up to 3 stories. You don't see a drain pipe. Do you have another climbing ability?
It would just be me trying to scurry up the side of this wall here and
Okay.
launch and jumping towards him because he's still where the roof used to be.
Yep.
So that'd be like it'd be basically me pulling some Assassin's Creed stuff like up the side of the
Okay.
wall and then launching myself towards him.
Sure. Make an athletics check.
Let's do it.
Go, Prince of Persia!
I will always support Assassin's Creed nonsense. Every game, no matter the genre. Go.
That is a 19.
Yeah. I'll say you get there. You leap at him as you are jumping. I'm gonna say you have to drop your shield to do this
That's fine. I'll give
because
up
you
the shield.
need your hands and feet to climb.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You put the sword in your rat mouth. You get going. You're jumping at him. What would you like to do as you come within range?
I would like to make a strike, but I would like the strike to land in his thigh so that I can grab onto his leg after. I will forgo my second attack so that I can grapple him immediately following that.
Okay.
Creative as fuck. Love it.
Yeah. Make the attack.
I would like to strike him with a blade in my mouth, like kind of like do one of those cutting motions while I'm grappling on.
Okay.
Is
Sure.
that cool?
Yeah.
I don't want to push it too far.
Is
but,
it cool?
like,
Yes. Is it practical? Not so much. But for the dramatic, cinematic effect.
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Sounds good. Do you have a claw attack?
I do not. Not as a
You
rat.
do not. Okay.
Do you want it to be a bite attack? Because I could do it. I could sheathe the sword and do it with my mouth instead.
Here's my thing. I don't mind you stabbing him with a sword, but you need to make an attack. You need to grapple him somehow.
Okay, then I would like to make a bite attack because the rat teeth are the ones that can chew through most things except for like pure metals.
Okay. Then yeah, you can
So if he's got fleshy boy, I can bite the crap out of that.
you can bite the crap out of him. Go for it.
I'm gonna modify the damage so it's not the sword damage because that's too much damage for a bite. It's a
My
D6.
bite is 1d4, just for
1d4.
record.
I'll do
Big bites are D6, so D4, D6. I'm flexible either way.
it's a 2 anyways. So
Okay.
2 plus my strength mod, so that'd be 6.
Okay. And
Didn't you crit?
Oh, I did crit, so 4 plus 4, so 8. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, and you are grappling.
Yes, I just want to hang on to him at this point and slowly start to get myself in a position where I can unsheath the sword for my next turn. But
Okay.
I am with him now. We are one.
Yes, you are.
Just this
You guys-
dangling anime midair fight of chaos, like, just is amazing.
Porthos just sees everybody up there fighting, and his head is just like, no, I need to be where the people are.
Absolutely.
Pulling an aerial.
Yeah.
But a murderous Ariel, I wanna see him bleeding. Sorry.
She is a
River,
mermaid.
you are up.
Actually, I am down on the ground.
That's true.
You guys went a little far. I guess I will shoot him with my crossbow, because there is not a lot I can do from the ground.
Okay. Roll me 2d20.
Okay.
Yep. And
Yes,
give me
sir.
the total for both.
I got a 19 and a 6.
Okay. Sounds good. How do I do that? How have I done that in the past? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a regular. Yeah, it hits. Go ahead and deal damage.
My font got really tiny. That's a D8. Okay. 4.
Okay. As the arrow sort of pierces into his shoulder, he kind of wheels back and around. Porthos, make me an athletics check or a strength check.
22.
22. You hold on. Sounds good. Yeah, the bolt just sort of unintentionally sends him kind of wheeling about. Anything else, River?
No. I will use that to recover some stuff, though.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's do this. In a telepathic sort of shout that you all can hear, and if you speak infernal or abyssal, you understand it. Whatever language you speak, that is probably the one you would find most offensive or least pleasant to your ear, is what you hear. And as he is sort of kind of wheeling about, he insolent box, you're not but cannon fodder for this despicable corruption. Yeah. I thought to spare you, but seeing as you're already infectable, I'll give you the courtesy of a swift death. You watch the heart in his chest, where that red sort of ink has been going and coming from, stop. And then the blade awakens. And it starts beating faster to the point that it sounds like kind of a roar of an engine. Porthos, he is going to
Attack his leg.
Yeah, kinda. So he is going to you're within 5 feet of him. He can't move away from you, right? He can move with you. He's gonna fly up. His speed is you'll have the opportunity to attack Hilda, yes. I need to find his speed because I know how to read. Oh, it's 30 feet. Okay, he's not that fast. Oh, well, it should be faster, but that's fine. So he starts flying up 30 feet. Hilda, go ahead and make your opportunity attack.
Nat 20.
All right.
Ten points of piercing damage, magical.
Okay.
And 12 points of cold damage.
Okay. He is still up as that bursts over him. Roll me a D10.
7.
7. All right. for his injury.
Pixie, you
Let's
should
see.
also make an attack because you were within 5 feet of him when he left.
Was I technically?
Yes, because
Okay,
you
because
and
I
I
was
were
5
floating
feet
in the
down and you were
same-
right there. Okay, I can't though. I don't have a. I can't shoot him. I can't make a range. I can't make an opportunity attack with a ranged weapon.
Not without the
Yeah, and
sharp-
the
not without
the holy water is an object, not a weapon, so I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have sharpshooter. Thank you though.
Kick him.
I mean, I would make. That's fine. I'll try it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll fucking kick him.
Non-magical kick. Let's go.
Non-magical kick. I'm just gonna flail. Sure. Just flailing. 18.
18 does hit.
Just 3 bludgeoning damage. That's it.
Cosmo kick.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
You are welcome.
And
Okay.
Keeker, sir.
Keeper. All right. Still up. Not doing great. I'm gonna say for
You found his injury for that for mine then on the 7?
Yep. Thank you. That's what I was just turning back to look for. I'm gonna say that shreds part of his, even though it's living armor, it shreds part of his armor, so it's gonna reduce his armor class moving forward. Now back to the devilry. We know it's going to be at least one hammer blow, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that, because that might be what knocks you off of him. So that is a 16.
Did you roll a d4?
I did not. Go for
Roll
it.
a d4. Oh, you want me to roll? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. You reduce that by 2.
So 14.
That does not hit.
Okay. So the second hammer blow, we will give that another try. That is a 19 plus 5 for a 24.
That definitely hits 100%.
Definitely hit. Okay, make a strength saving throw.
All right. That is a 20.
20. Yeah, you hold on. So that is a 14 points of damage.
He called us insects and maggots, right?
Insolent bugs.
Insolent bugs, right?
Yeah.
So whenever he goes to make those strikes, you see off of those rats that are crawling around him at the same time, now maggots and different types of infestations are now cockroaches, everything are starting to crawl off of them and
Mhm.
surround him more, and and you just hear that low whisper like, who's the bug now?
With a beating heart, he is going to perform. You are injured, correct? He's going to perform execute.
Okay.
So he has advantage for this attack. Oh, he rolled terrible. So,
No.
so yeah, it is another 16. I don't think your armor goes lower. So,
It's a 14, and it would have hit if I didn't roll anything higher than a 2 just now.
okay. All right. So there you go. The bugs and the beetles and everything. Sort of,
Oh boy, my AC was a 15 because of the injury. Remember, it took 1 off. I didn't have the shield, so that dropped me down to 16.
yep.
Out of the 1 negative, so I was at 15.
Yep.
Oh, so close. Oh my god.
Okay. Back to the top. Hilda. River?
How
Did
far?
I miss you?
Yeah, we didn't do River yet.
Yes, River, please.
She,
I know I'm
she
sitting
shot.
down, but
She shot with the crossbow.
She shot him. She shot
Yeah,
him.
you did shoot him, didn't you? That was just a really
Yeah.
long time.
oh,
you
I'm
just
sorry. I thought it was his turn. I'm sorry.
No.
He,
Because-
Yep.
I was.
I
so
was getting swung
confused.
at.
Ignore
yeah,
me.
he was the target.
Yeah.
Okay, Hilda.
Okay. How far up is he?
50 feet above the ground.
Okay,
30
so
feet from you.
30 feet from me. I'm dropping Cosmo
Okay.
so that Cosmo doesn't have to roll to avoid taking damage.
Okay.
Awesome. And
Oh.
also, like, go for it. Do what you need.
And I'm flying up
Okay.
because that'll let me stab.
Okay.
I also need a dex saving throw from both the Fiend and from Porthos.
Okay. Porthos, I'm going to say that has to be a disadvantage for you because you can't exactly move holding on to that. The Fiend fails.
I don't make it.
You both take 4 points of fire damage.
All right. This is 2. Keep
Still
going.
chilling.
This was poorly choiced ink. It's silver on blue. It is a 2, so it's not a failure, but that was a poor inking choice. I'm switching dice. I missed.
Okay.
And that's the end of what Hilda can do. She doesn't have any bonus actions that'll affect this creature. So
Okay, sounds good. Cosmo,
From
dex
now,
save.
yeah. For fall damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I land on my feet. It's a 19.
Okay. So you're going to take half of 2d6. 2 points of fall damage.
That's fine.
There you go.
Either way, though, now that I'm closer on the ground, closest I've been to River in a minute. Last time you saw her, she was perfectly fine. Now, she is, from everywhere the bricks hit her, from anywhere she was burned, is bleeding black. As though the night and the void itself are trying to reabsorb her, as she is beyond bloodied at this point.
Okay, so
I realized I had not been calculating the injury thing correct because I didn't do the. I hit 15 last turn and my max is 37, so I should have taken the
okay, yeah,
half injury, and now I'm at 13 of 37, so I should just still have one injury.
okay, yeah, one injury. We're gonna call it a twisted ankle.
Great, yeah, that works.
Yep.
Not a problem. Just she's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, I dropped 250, so I dropped below half on that last, and yeah. So I'm only one turn behind there. But she's just gonna try to shoot him.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit, or 20, a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. And it's going to be 2d8 plus. No, it's not 2d8. It's not 2d8. Fuck me. I'm using the wrong. 2d10. I've been underrolling the gun because I was looking at this and you gave me the real stats last week. I can't edit it on this sheet. It won't let me. 19.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action from my class to focused approach. Use a bonus action to add 1d6 to an attack's damage.
Okay.
So God, I should have been rolling d10s. Not that I shot that much. I kept missing things and being in the air. So, and using holy water. 5. So 24 points of damage.
Okay, and it's a magical weapon.
It is magical.
Okay. That's showtime.
Yeah! She sticks the landing, but she's still wincing as you get that roll and that twist, as she barely keeps herself up, and just looks and just finds the. She's not feeling great. She's just been through a lot in the last 3.5 minutes, she murmurs very quietly, "The sky does not belong to scum like you," and she just blows his head off.
All right. The bullet goes ripping through the skull, and you hear the heart stop and then Porthos and the fiend begin falling to the ground.
Can I make a save to catch Porthos?
And I would like to jump off of him in the process to jump towards Hilda.
You can both make dexterity saving throws.
15.
$14.
Porthos, you leap off, and the way I do these is a combined DC of 30, and you are rat hairs away from catching him. You guys almost touch just at the fingertips, and he slips out of.
I'm sorry. I did do my math wrong. That's not that is actually 3 higher because I am proficient in dexterity.
Oh, also,
Okay.
and I was about to say you also had your inspiration if you didn't use that already, but yes.
Oh, I rolled a natural 6 on that, so
okay.
it's
You already
that's the
got it.
only reason we're saving.
It's
him to
also a
begin
really
with.
good thing
Got it.
it's over 3 because I forgot to minus the 1, so it would have been a 13.
Oh god, so it's plus 2
Okay.
more. Like,
Yeah. It was like right there. I was
No.
like, wait, I forgot to add the -1, but it was already failing, so I was like,
we're
add.
new, we're in the early adventuring
Okay.
where he lets us recalculate. That won't happen a few levels from now, but right now, like...
Absolutely. So you just barely catch Porthos. The heavy body of the fiend comes crashing down into the earth, and it lands, and the outer part of the body, sort of like metal or like glass, just kind of cracks a little bit as it hits the ground. No oozing, no blood, no nothing like that. So
I'm going to rapidly descend because I've got like maybe I've got like 12, 18 seconds worth of flight left.
sure.
I rolled a 15 on my dexterity saving throw.
For fire damage.
Yeah, because you're still hanging on to me.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a little bit of damage here, but it's half, so
It's all
There you
good.
go.
It's
Which
2
is
rounds
5.
worth, right? 5?
Yeah, it would be 2 rounds worth, unless she drops you.
I'm not dropping you. That would hurt more. So make another saving throw.
All
There you
right, so it was 5 damage. That was already halved, or I need to halve the 5?
That was already halved.
Oh no.
You failed. You take 8 more points of damage.
I have 1 HP.
Okay. That's the one that matters.
I'm a scorched rat right now. I'm so scorched. It's not even funny. I'm like on fire, and I'm like, oh, but just sit down. That's it.
Absolutely.
I do back away as my fiend form falls. The flames remain for like another minute, or another like 6 seconds after that. So it takes
Sure.
a little bit, and then they fall.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not feeling too good. But it's dead, and that's all that matters.
You stand there in stunned silence, looking at each other.
Porthos is gonna slowly stand up and walk towards where the fiend's body is now.
Maybe you don't go touch anything for a
Yeah,
minute.
but-
Can you please sit and I'll go check it out. Just
I
fucking
just want
sit.
to
I'm
stab
not-
it one more time.
No.
Just one more
No,
stab.
you fucking sit.
Then double tap it. I don't feel safe.
Sit.
He sits back down.
Thank you. That
I'm
one hit
able-
point, he'll trip over his own fucking tail and die. No.
I'm at most of my hit points. I will also walk over there.
I will. Yeah, I'll
Me-
stay
yeah.
with Porthos.
Please,
just
I was
in
like, you
case.
say, Hilda and I will go investigate the body. You fucking stay! If you can keep him alive, like, please, God. If you can
River
get
just
him,
waits with a touch of life, ready to go. If he does something stupid, at least give him 1 hit point.
Oh, he does the polar opposite. You see the moment you guys are walking over there, he's just like double tap. That's it, and you just see him like slowly into like a grave moment where he's just laying there on his back, staring upwards.
oh, right. So yeah, we go over to check it out.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I would like to and to Hilda, if you don't mind, I'll investigate. So would you investigate the fiend?
I'm going to cut. Hilda will go, oh yeah, lass. Let's do that. I'm going to sever the sword from the fiend.
Please do, and then I'll do some identify on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just literally slice the thing apart.
She'll take it with hand still gripped around, I'm guessing, and just sit and commune with it for a few minutes and do her identify thing.
Okay. Sounds good. And that's a ritual. So in the meantime, Hilda, what are you up to?
I'm gonna do some investigation, try and determine exactly what kind of a blended fiend this is, using the information I knew from before. See if I can't glean a little bit more, because things are a little weird in Altensia compared to home, so the types of fiends are slightly different.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. Roll. Pick a skill and roll it.
That is a 25.
All right. Nicely done. Without the sword attached to him, the blood within it sort of it behaves more normally. It's almost like its body begins to regress. The armor that that before seemed to be its flesh is clearly more of like a forged and made piece. You're beginning to see that at one point this was probably a mid-level devil. Very probably came out of one of the hell burrows, right? The heart sword seems to be what had been part of it, part of the influence, right? This is a fallen blood angel, and they sort of a outside fringe group, both among the celestial bodies of the heavens and the fiends of the hells. So kind of an outcast all the way around. Pretty makes sense why it would be alone. You hadn't exactly heard of one with this, but
Close to dying at least 3 times in that fight. Just want y'all to know.
You did. Because OBSs are fine. We're back up. Refresh.
great. Okay, good.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my god. And it looks like it didn't even like restart stream, so we don't have to upload it in 2 parts.
Great.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
It is.
Okay. Identify and roll me a history or a religion check.
History is +2. Religion is my is good, real good. Oh,
Okay.
roll religion. With you.
Porthos is giving you the rat juju.
It's laying on hands there to help you through.
That's 19.
Okay, sounds good.
Pretty good.
So the reason I asked you to roll that is identify will sometimes just give you like its name if you don't know necessarily what that is or how it refers to things. Then it sometimes information isn't knowledge, right? So good enough roll. This is a Heartblade of Dalkir, and it is. There are certain planes that have instead of normal like chaos fiends, they have what are commonly referred to as madness lords, and one of the traits of the Dalkir is the use of living entities, living flesh, living creatures as tools and armor. So wearing a symbiotic like crab shell that digs its teeth into rather than straps on, right? One of the traits of the blade of Dalkir is that even when the user perishes, the blade can force it to keep fighting. Other thing that is important here is the Dalkir, this particular type of blade, and you would guess other, much like anything else, they come in like tiers, right? So like a low tier, like I don't know, Shin Guard probably wouldn't do this, but the high infection level of this blade seems to be something that prevented or inoculated it from the baleful curse. It basically, you can't be infected by more than one alien psyche at a time.
Lovely. That's just what I wanted to know, that there's more than one.
Does that spell say all of that out loud, or is that what goes into
It's my
your
head.
mind?
I find
Yeah.
it out.
That's
Okay.
her head.
And she can she tell with identify? Because I'm guessing, or just base intelligence, I'm guessing this is a like a cursed sentient weapon. If it's symbiotic and it can keep forcing you to go, there's some downsides to this fucking thing.
You don't know if it's sentient
Okay.
because it is a blade, a Heartblade of Dalkir, not the
Got it.
Heartblade of Dalkir,
Got it.
right? So you know that these are multiples. They probably don't all have consciousness, right? You don't see a brain on it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really have like a face or anything, but that's what you know with your current check. You'd have to get to a library, and then you could make some rechecks about what it potentially does.
Speaking of which,
Are we taking a short rest? Sorry to cut in for a second.
well, this takes me at least 10 minutes, so we might as well. We're a third of the way there.
Yeah, we'll call it an hour, but yeah.
Sure. But speaking of which, this one is really nasty. And she looks back over at Porthos. Did they say they wanted this as a reward, or they wanted us to defeat it as a reward?
I think they just mentioned it,
They
didn't it?
just casually mentioned it. We just
Yeah,
went,
there
"Oh."
wasn't really a reward for this. They're not too. I don't think there was any stipulations on like bringing something back.
We just went fucking chasing after the murder sword.
We were being heroes.
How'd that work out for you?
My throat kind of hurts, but I feel really satisfied right now, actually.
This
Yeah,
whole time you
you're-
guys are doing serious
You're a
stuff.
big
River has
damn hero.
Big damn.
What is it?
River has fully been lecturing the fuck out of Porthos this whole time.
Excellent.
There's like lightly poking every bruise.
Yep.
She's just like, you know, I cannot go that tall. I chase you up how many buildings? How many?
While
is
she's
the last-
poking, Porthos is like healing certain injuries with his short rest as it's happening.
Ow.
It's like little pins and needles that are actually just doing more good than harm every single time.
Amazing. I'm going to heavily insist in fact, that we all head back to town before we tackle any of the rest of these jobs. This thing, I don't think any of us should be wielding. It should probably be studied a lot further. And there may be more of them, by the way. And she kind of gives them a recap of what she figured out of it was a strong enough infection to counteract the bale.
How big of a sword is
It
it?
was the size of that guy, right? Like it was big enough that he could
Yeah,
hide behind it.
It is a magic weapon. It is a great sword.
Okay, but most magic
I
weapons.
mentioned it adjust to fit the
Yeah.
size of the wielder. Yeah.
Can this is so difficult to do with a shattered windpipe.
Yeah, try and sound convincing and charismatic right now. Go.
I would say we still have the other thing we need to do, so maybe we find somewhere to set up camp. I don't think doubling back just yet.
The reason you may want to double back is because I believe we're switching out
We're switching out party members, so we're gonna
Ah,
double
okay,
back.
okay,
Like,
Okay, I
yeah.
remembered us saying up and then down, so
So
you are
but
correct.
Things changed, and we need to long rest and heal. Some people need actual healing, and also
then
I think
Porthos is fine.
Yeah.
Is there someone that Porthos knows aside from the person that I'm sure you're going to take it to your organization
Mhm.
that would be knowledgeable? Which of the organizations would be the best one to go to?
I'll tell you what. Roll me a percentile. That'll tell me who you know.
I rolled an 80.
An 80. Nice. Okay. I will give you a choice. You can either know a collector with very specific knowledge on a limited number of worlds, right? Planes. Focused, detailed, lot of particular info, right? But it's hit or miss. Knows it or knows nothing. Okay. Or you can know a weapon forging specialist that even if they've never seen the weapon before, they can figure out and identify and come up with, at the very least, some information, the basics, maybe greater details, but it will take them longer.
I hate to be the bothersome one with this question, but is the collector going to try and take it from us versus the weaponsmith is just going to give us information? Is that what Porthos would know?
He's not going to forcibly take anything from you.
Okay. No, I'm
if-
saying he's
if-
just not going to want to like give over the information for free, basically.
I'm going to say you have developed if you go with him, you've developed a strong enough relationship and have probably brought him enough things of value and or will bring him things of future value. So at some point he may ask to keep fancy things, but it's not going to be every time, and you're not going to have to pay every time.
My
With
other
the-
thought was if we wanted to bring it to Safarian for a line of credit, because I feel like this is a very impressive, expensive weapon. We may
Well,
not.
that-
We may want to research it first, but we might be able to trade it for like a lot of shit from his.
That's kind of what I was thinking with the collector. Maybe trading one thing that we know for a fact isn't going to try and kill us for something like for him to just do with whatever he wants, or the weaponsmith can reforge it. If I would, this is just an assumption. Once again, I'm not sure. Would the weapon forge be able to decurse a weapon that is cursed or uninfect in this scenario?
I will say if a weapon can be decursed, he would have that ability.
Okay. I don't know if Porthos knows both of them or if he just only knows one of them, and I'm choosing one of
You're
them.
choosing to know one.
Okay. Oh damn.
You're choosing. Here's the deal. You probably know of both. You are choosing to have built a relationship with one of them. The other, whoever you don't choose, is still going to be around. Like they still exist in the city, but you're a stranger to them. They're going to be harder to convince to, do things for free or for.
I'm gonna make a character choice and say it's the weaponsmith and not the collector, because Porthos isn't much of a relic hunter. He would be more of a, my armor got banged up and I really need it repaired, please. As we've just seen. But he does bring up the weaponsmith, and you bringing it back to the shop. Porthos isn't making a solo decision on this. This is just Porthos offering an option, because if we bring it to that, we could just keep this sword. But if we want to take this sword back to that guy, then we can maybe get other stuff in the process. We could do both and see what they both offer as well.
Listen, I'm not one to shy away from magic items, obviously. She she shows off the brooch that we all got. Like they're important, but the idea of something continuing to puppet you after you're dead against your will just because you're connected to it is a certain kind of uncomfortable. I'd rather we didn't. Any of us didn't try to wield this.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't want something telling me when I should hit and when I shouldn't. But the thing here is that if he can reforge it and get it to where it's not going to do that.
Well, at that point, we might as well trade it for another weapon that is already that.
That is fair.
At this point, I mean, weapons like this that are sort of extra powerful, relic adjacent. It might not be able to be uncursed at all, and it might not be worth trying to reforge. It might.
Would it be too much for us to at least stop and see if the weaponsmith knows if it can be or can't be? The information is good. That way we at least know, and that way we don't hand something worse over to someone else.
Well, that's why I was planning on trying to do some research first. So I was going to spend a little bit of time in town, and then once out of character, I figured that I could spend the downtime between sessions when I'm out doing research on this. So by the time I rejoin the party, we can have made a decision about, hey, is it more cursed? Hey, do we trade it in? Like, I can get more information during those 2 weeks that I'm out.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we don't have to make that decision right now. But, like, that's why she's not necessarily taking it to Dream Library to keep it. She's planning on just doing research for a couple weeks, days, whatever.
Porthos just doesn't know the whole
not
ideology.
Even for the agency, it's even her. Like, she has her own research stuff set up. That's her thing. Whether she takes it to the agency specifically or not, she still has resources. She's not being like, hey team, I'm looking at this. She's like, I'm gonna research this and go use library resources from the team and go back about my own fucking business.
So then let's not touch the sword all the way there, because I feel like it will attune to one of us if we're holding it. And he pulls out a strange looking piece of, like, it looks like silk fabric, and he throws it onto the ground, and you see it creates a hole. You see him pick up the sword and put it into it, and he closes it up.
Yes. Excellent.
That was my magic item,
that was your
Cody.
magic item.
Nice. Nicely done.
I picked.
I have a rat hole.
It's amazing. I legitimately just picked 2 magic +1 weapons, so they would be magical. So, like, it's the most consistent thing I could think of. I'm like, weapon, sword, and shooty bit, both magical. I'm good. Like,
Yeah, that would have been the smart thing to do. That would.
I don't gain magical attacks, but I get bonus armor and things for my class. So I just went with the magic weapons as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes you need something consistent, and sometimes you need a hole that you can take things in. Like, brilliant.
There you go.
All good. What did you end up getting, River, for your opening items?
To be honest, I had no idea what the heck to do, so I just grabbed like a cloak of protection.
That's still good. That's still good.
Listen, I'm regretting not getting a +1 crossbow.
Well, we're about to head back to town if you want to swap it out. We've only had 2 adventures. Maybe you can... Maybe Cody will let you.
You didn't take the river expander?
I did.
Then
you did?
Then that was your... Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I got 2 uncommons.
Oh, okay, great. There you go.
Oh, but instead of the cloak, you were wishing you took a crossbow. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, we can get you one soon. We're gonna adventure and get money and get you one. It'll be great.
Yeah. Do we find any gold anywhere?
Yeah. Do we loot him? Do we do the adventurer?
We
thing?
loot his flesh,
Yes.
armor for coins.
His carapace.
So what I will say is this: you don't, as you guys make your way back, you don't loot the body. Not in this instance. That is still a practice that is definitely a holdover from particular worlds, but no real benefit to it for this one. However, what you do know, and where you will pick up your bits benefit, is there are especially along the border, entities, people of variety of backgrounds called grounders. And a grounder is somebody that has ended up in Oltensia but doesn't see Oltensia. They don't see Decatopolis. They see their old world, right? And the reason they are important is because they add stability to the city. They essentially bring like the rules of physics with them. They're the reason, these type of people are the reason that Oltensia as a whole hasn't just gone aether boom boom, right? Being able to move some of them and reclaim a bit of this quarantine zone from the swordsmen and from sort of the baleful guards here has expanded their presence, and the border guard is going to reward you, pay you for that. That is common practice, especially places that can support those type of people. The thing with the grounders is they're very specific, right? And they're one of the reasons that the city of Decapolis is more burrow focused, and you tend to find people of certain worlds or certain existences living together. And so when Bale pushed people out of all of that like half of the city, those displaced people suddenly were in a much more chaotic state and place. You make your way back, and you are, I'll give you a amount of bits here in just a moment.
Did you want to take the body back, Cosmo, to study as well?
No. Nope. Neither. I was like, I feel like Hilda and Cosmo both immediately, nope.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we could stuff that in the hole as well.
As a matter of fact, are we setting it on fire before we leave?
Yeah, it's a traditional theme. I'll take care of it. Yeah, she does the normal things.
Yep.
It's just a standard fiend without the sword. The sword was some outsider shit that messed with the lower plane being. I can't imagine what it would have done with something even stronger.
My apologies. I don't know how you do your studying. I just try to figure it out. You know, just
all right.
Trying to help.
Trust me, I'll take what I need. And that thing is not it. This is what was giving it all of that nonsense.
It is left the bag and is in your hand now. Suddenly.
Fuck! Shit! Terrifying.
Tricked you.
But thank you.
Of course.
We're
I just want to make...
a sad and injured party limping out of the quarantine and back into Oltensia proper, except for Hilda looks fine, I'm sure. And River looks great. Like
I'm down roughly one. I'm not quite. I'm sorry. I'm just over 1/3 of my hit points were gone after my form dissolved.
The other 2 of us are just fucked up. Like
I lost 4 hit points.
Oh my god!
Amazing.
And that was run.
Um,
He collapsed the roof.
I love that for you.
See, I took that short rest and took all my hit dice. I wasn't risking it again.
Yep. Wise. Yep. In case we get jumped on the way out. Yes, correct.
But I'm pretty sure I have a concussion and I still have a crushed throat. So you know, I'm not sounding
Yeah.
too great, and I'm talking about stuff that I really shouldn't be at this point. Like, man, I just feel like sleeping right now. I don't know why. Just the nap sounds
Stop-
good.
Like, whatever he
Tall,
says.
low
I-
whisper. We can barely hear you.
Yep, exactly. He thinks he's sharing a
I'm
lot more than he
sleeping.
is, but like, there's noise and other, atmospheric things.
I was just a little rattling, and you know,
So
there
River's
she
just
was.
like walking behind him, just like, okay, he's okay. It's okay. Come on.
A mistaken point, and her tinnitus prevents her from hearing anything he's saying.
Yep.
As you guys make your way back across the border out of the quarantine zone, the guards that see you applaud you. Not many people make it back, and pretty much any time somebody makes it back, they're like, "Hey, good job." Some of it feels condescending, some of it feels very genuine. It is mostly sincere. You guys do earn a equivalent bits to gold of 4,500.
Shit. Total, correct?
Yes,
Thank you.
grand
Just
total.
making
Yeah, not each.
I'm gonna
not
put it
each.
in. I'm gonna put it in that group chat, and we can discuss if there's a way we need to divide it, because some of us may need less and not need the whole. Some of us we may just want to divide it in 4, because that's a nice even number. 4,000 and what?
500.
500.
We could keep 500 as party funds. Take 1,000 for each.
I mean, that's fair, actually, starting party savings and then each having our own shit to stock up on all the healing potions in the goddamn world and buy her a +1 crossbow. Like,
Cody, I would like to purchase, if possible, with my 1,000 gold, before like we do like the closeout or what what's
Mhm.
coming next. Is there somewhere like the shop that we went to? Does he have a? I'd like to find a bag of holding, but it's predominantly for coins.
Okay.
a wallet of holding.
A wallet of holding,
A credit
a
card, if you will.
a satchel of holding, whatever it is.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
way, there
yeah.
is always a party fun satchel that is passed
I will-
around amongst the
I
group.
will go ahead and give you guys that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, as a starting, let's call it a guild, whatever it may be, however you would choose to incorporate yourself. You guys do have that
I'm
for
gonna call it the bag.
safekeeping. Yeah, there you go.
The bag. You got the
It's in-
bag.
It's in the bag. So you guys make your way back across. You have your plan. Moving forward, you're gonna alert some friends. You're gonna take another shot at this. Your level 1 injuries take a day to heal. The level of injury, for simplicity, I'm going to say the level of injury is the number of days it takes to heal. Okay. Level 1 injuries can heal at the same time. Some of the others, the levels can be done at the same time. But so if you have a level 4, that's 4 days, and then another 3 days for your level 3s and your level 2s and your level 1s, right? But it's all of that level at the same time. That's my little healing.
You will need to
compliment.
remind us of that, I am sure, as we keep going.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. All good. As you guys sort of settle back in, you've made some important discoveries. Not only about the nature of Bale, but of the presence of other dangerous entities, but even seeing them sort of react in a cautious, if not outright fearful way. And you spend a bit of time at the Plan G. You regale your friends with stories. You buy drinks.
I drink myself stupid.
At one point, Hilda, you're staring into your glass. What do you drink?
She typically has a mead.
Okay. In the mead, sort of that honey gold color. You are getting down towards the bottom. And for whatever reason, you've been served in sort of a larger mug. And as you're kind of staring at it, you catch your reflection. And for a moment, just in your eyes, you see clearly, but they look almost like they're cataract, milk white and glazed over. I would like you to write down that you have 1 point of corruption. You failed 1 Constitution saving throw during that fight, correct? The first one.
No, I succeeded.
It was Dex or Strength or something that caused the thing to attach.
It was... Oh.
She never failed the con save.
It hit me.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
never failed the con saves.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you failed the con save when it hit you.
No. Otherwise, you said that's what stopped it from going in, was she didn't fail that con save.
Well, good. Then you're fine.
Then undo all of that, but fuck, I'm
my
scared now.
goodness.
Holy shit.
Then as you look at the glass, you realize that that Bridget behind you is infected. And that's where we're going to end for today.
Gonna kill Bridget next week, obviously.
I'm not. I don't think I'm.
Bridget.
With me missing 2 weeks, with me missing a session in 2 weeks, I think we're looking at me not being involved, just like you aren't for the next couple
Yeah,
of weeks.
that's. I believe the plan is you and I take 2 weeks, so that he has the same, like, some anchors in the party, so because like by next week I'll be back, but we're gonna just both be off for 2 weeks. And,
Yeah, I think our next 2 weeks are going to be the other part of that quest, the Saffrian journey to the library.
that I was supposed to go to. Fuck. Like.
Yep.
Great.
It was only your job.
Well,
Only my
if
job.
you guys want to find something else, we can talk about it in offline. So,
But yeah.
Before it closes out at the bar, he's given up on talking at this point. He kind of
Mhm.
he's been scratching by himself on some pad that he has. And he like looks at River and Hildy and just like holds it up slowly.
Oh!
And then he just kind of head first into the thing. He's drunk, has a concussion, the whole 9 yards.
I wouldn't have let him drink with a concussion. That's just basic medicine. I think most people know from a head injury you don't let people drink.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we don't have to hear him muttering anymore.
We were slipping him honey and tea. We told Seven to tell him. We told Seven every time he orders a drink, please give him like no more than a hot toddy, because we want his voice back. We like his stories.
Oh yeah.
We watched it hurt him that he couldn't regale with the rest of us, right? He's so good at it. He loves to be the regaling guy, and instead he couldn't. We had to tell the story for him, and I feel like we watched him try to and just couldn't act.
And then
Like,
he like in that last moments of like he's fine. Like it wasn't like a major thing for him. It was just like exhaustion was finally
Yeah.
taking over,
yeah.
and he
It's like an old
realized that
man.
he never said thank you to both of you because it could have went a lot of different sideways directions for him. So, and that's where he falls asleep at the bar. The most illegal thing you could do.
Yeah.
So, team, how you guys feeling? You've had 2 weeks now. You've got to play with your mechanics a bit. Is everybody enjoying their third-party content?
Very, very much. Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
I'm a rat.
Um, I will say I enjoyed tonight combat. I know we were a little combat heavy, but
Oh.
being able to layer in those injuries and you guys really committing to them was fantastic. If you guys have any other feedback on these different systems that we play with and sort of where I pull them from, I am modifying some things just for simplicity's sake, because like the injuries and vile deeds, their whole system is a lot. I don't have time for that. But the injuries themselves are very cool, and the idea with how you get there is great. And I will do as all GMs do, and do things how I like doing them.
Yeah.
So, yep. And that's
Turning the
what's-
knobs.
Yeah, exactly.
We do it like you do.
Yeah.
River OP. River OP.
Oh my god, yes, MVP of the fucking night. Holy shit.
River, how many you have, like, what, 27 points, I think?
Yeah.
How many did you go through?
Oh, Jesus.
At least 12 from what I can tell.
Over 2 sessions,
Over 2
I
sessions.
I literally went through 27, which is my entire thing, but because I actually remembered to recover some, I
To
have
recover
10.
some. There you go.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I went through my entire vessel
Yeah.
between those 2 fights.
Yeah. So I mean, very powerful, well done, but yeah, her magic is very much a
Also, way to hit us with the double whammy first fight. The 2-part first fight. That is, we're only
babies.
level
No, we're
5 with
level
our first
5,
adventure
but-
out. Like, but where it's our first adventure out, we're like, boss, other boss, second form of first boss. Fuck. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, at the very beginning of this game, before we even started, before the stream came up, I was in my head going like, I'm at almost half health right now. And I know my dumb self is just gonna run right at it. And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand right there where I'm
Obviously.
supposed to be.
obviously.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I just hope to God River saves me, because I know Cosmo shoots a gun and
Can't
Hildy
do
is
shit.
Hildy
Listen,
just
all
gonna
I know-
try and kill it.
I've never scrolled so fast on my character sheet just to make sure I had climbing speed to be able to get to your house.
Bless you. You'll need 1 HP. Thank you.
I thought he was legitimately on the ground until you put him on the roof in my head. I thought he was like, it was like a pincer maneuver where this thing was happening behind us and he was ahead of us.
Yeah.
The moment I realized where he was at, I was like, is there a gutter?
hmm
Because I need to get up there. Because I'm like, he's not gonna, his small self isn't gonna go run into a tornado. That's like the death of a rat. That's
Yep,
like the worst thing you
that's-
can do to me.
So
Yeah.
we know what your stupidity meter is.
Yeah,
That's
it-
very
that's
comforting.
important.
Okay,
it's
honestly.
exceptionally selfless and just
Yeah,
gonna run head
But
first.
not stupid. Selfless, but not suicidal is the good place to be. We're fine with that. That's fine.
Heroically dumb.
Precious.
I'm
Right.
definitely enjoying the class, but as always, frustrated with the limited elemental types of cantrips.
Yeah.
Forever annoyed with elemental cantrips in D&D because that's all I can cast. I can't
I
learn
might-
spells.
I might have a book for you if you're
That'd be nice.
interested. Have you ever seen? It's by Cobalt Press. It's Deep Magic.
I saw that had come out. I've never bought it because I mean my primary system to play in is Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah.
So me playing
look,
5e is usually just a little off to the side.
Let me look at it tomorrow, and I will message you a whole list of just that thing has so many spells inside of there that are just fun to play with, and they're not game breaking. They make you have more fluidity, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
That's my big thing is I'm looking at my cantrips and it's like you have access to fire and fire and fire and fire. I'm like, yes, I get the Fiend Binder has access to fiends, the elemental
But,
stuff.
But also, shouldn't you find things? Shouldn't they give you things other than fire if you're binding fiends and fighting them? Shouldn't
You
they
would
give
think.
you things they're not immune or resistant to?
Resistant?
Like, for
Resistant
fuck's
to.
sake.
Fair that I don't take, that I don't get radiant damage.
Yeah,
my power comes from fiends. I shouldn't get radiant.
Fair, but you should be
But
able
why
to
don't
fight
I
them.
get
Like,
cold
yes.
as a spell? Like my one ability, I can switch my element, right? I get cold, necrotic, fire, poison. those are great, but I have no cantrips to go
To
with
go with
those.
them. That's I think.
Alright.
Well, we will find maybe more later, but we are
Absolutely.
gonna. I think.
Great opportunity
Cody-
for us
Cody,
to
you wanna
find
sign us
other
off?
things. Absolutely. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We are going to see you guys next time. But until then, be cool.
Bye bye.